Let's be honest. I know you are actually trying to learn digital marketing before, but you've watched a lot of YouTube videos, you've bought a lot of courses, you've tried to learn digital marketing, but it seems like it's not working. I understand you, but in this video, I'm going to show you why it has not worked and some of the things that you are doing that is hindering your progress. I'm going to tell you why 95% of people who try to learn digital marketing actually do not get successful at it. And I'm going to tell you what the 5% actually doing to actually get better. If you want to stay right to the end of this video, I'm going to understand why this happened. And as someone that has done this for the past 6 years and we still in the market, we still in the business of helping businesses to grow using digital media, I can tell you for sure why this has happened. And the first reason is the fact that people are stuck in what I call the tutorial hell mode. So what does this basically mean? You see, you watch, you buy a lot of courses, you take a lot of trainings, you are actually learning without actually doing. And in the digital marketing space, in digital marketing business, you need to actually do the work. You don't need to just to learn. What you're actually doing is that you're getting stuck and you don't learn how to run ads by just basically watching the tutorial videos on how to run ads. You actually need to do, you actually need to test. I mean, that's why you could see someone who has not run ads before and you can explain the theory behind ads, can explain give you all the marketing options on how to set up campaigns and all of that. But they've not done it before. And it's as if they are smart and even people who own agencies, who own businesses, who are actually in the business of making all of these things happen. But you don't get better by that. You get better by actually doing the work, by, working on strategy. You get better by actually doing the thing. So one thing I want you to do today is to make sure that you are moving beyond just learning and you're actually practicing. And you can actually do it even with $50 a day or $50. You can actually learn how to set up ads and start getting data and start getting better, start learning how to analyze data and start learning how to get better just by doing. The next thing that I want you to also look. The second reason is basically that people try to learn everything instead of learning one, instead of trying to master one. I mean, think about digital marketing as what I use. The perfect example I use is actually people who are studying engineering, right? So engineering, we have chemical, we have electrical, we have petroleum. There are a lot of branches under engineering, right? So it's the same way with digital marketing. Under digital marketing, we have different umbrellas. We have the paid media, we have SEO, we have email marketing, we have social media and content marketing, and the rest. So they are all encompassing. So one thing that people try to do is to try to learn everything at once. Try to learn email marketing, try to learn how to run paid ads, try to learn SEO. And what you've seen, what have happened over time is that you see that they've gone like 1 month, or they spent 30 days, they spent 2 months or 5 months, and then they are mediocre in like five things and master of nothing. One thing I will always employ, I always advise people is that try to learn one thing and then get better at it. Get better at it, master it, and then you can then add other things. Right now, I do a lot of digital marketing stuff, right? But my core strength is on paid media. And on paid media, I've mastered it, which to the point that I could do anything on paid. But with that in mind as a beginner, you want to try to learn you want to learn email marketing, you want to learn how to run paid ads, and you're doing everything but you're doing nothing, and you're mediocre at every five of them. I want you to just take that step back and then try to master one thing and then improve it and then start adding little by little other things. But master everything and master one thing and then improve over time. The third thing that I've also noticed is the fact that people are building on rented land. So, for example, what do I mean? We have audiences on YouTube. Right now, you're watching probably see you have like 1.9K or something. And then people are building on rented land. So you could actually lose your YouTube channel. You could actually lose your TikTok. You could actually lose your Instagram. The algorithm controls how your content is being delivered. The people, the audience that you have on this platform, Instagram can hit with ban and then all of the stuff you've built for years is gone. One thing you want to do is that you are trying to take people to your own platform, which is what I always recommend. Try to build community for yourself. Whether that be on email, which is my go-to my go-to place. I always employ and encourage business owners to always go and build on email, build an email list, get people to actually be in your email list. Try taking your audience out of all of the rented space and try to own your audience. Which is why I bring this to the point that if you want to subscribe to my email list, want to see the link, go on it, subscribe to my stuff stack. I share valuable insight, give you statistics, give you data that has to do with that has to do with but that's to do with digital marketing. Like if you want to learn more, you want to see and improve, get more data, improve and see what is trending on the market, make sure you subscribe to the email list. And the fourth thing is that I've also noticed is that people are trying to change strategy. They are looking at what's the next big thing, what is the new update, blah blah blah. But the core thing is that the psychology of human beings seems to be the same. And what I've worked in time past still technically kind of work today. So, but if you are trying to look at what is the next TikTok algorithm update, what is the next Instagram update, all of these platform keep changing their algorithm. They keep making tweak to what works. But this principle at which marketing works is still the same thing. One thing I want to encourage is that try to understand the fundamentals, try to understand human psychology, try to understand what makes people to buy, try to understand, the basics at which all of these things happen instead of trying to change strategy. The thing is that principle will always be strategy. Of course, it's very good to understand strategy. It's good to always have a thought process behind what you're doing. But the principle and the core of digital marketing is always the same. Try to understand the core, try to understand the principle at which all of this platform works. And if you don't do that, you're going to struggle a lot. You're going to struggle a lot. And I always advise that you understand how all of these things work and try to understand um the principle behind why they do why they work basically. So basically if you actually enjoy this particular video, I want you to actually click on the subscribe button right now. And if you want to see my next video where I'm talking about the top 10 digital marketing skill, not digital marketing, digital skill basically that you can learn and try to make money for yourself or try to also care better in 2026 and beyond, click on the link below and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.